This moderation helps everyone feel safe. I can participate. It's giving me like some weird message. Oh, shoot. Hold on, y'all. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. What's up, everybody? Oh, we are live. We are live. I should have, well, I'll just see if you guys are live with me, but if not, what's up, guys? Welcome to Vixen After Dark. Thank you so, not Vixen After Dark, Letitia TV. Welcome back. I'm doing a live on here. Sorry, I'm getting my channels confused. Go follow me on the other channel, though. Shameless plug. I haven't gone live on here in years, to be honest with you. Ooh, cat hair. I haven't gone live on this channel in years. I'm trying to build this channel back up, and this is more of like a personalized channel. This is where I'm just going to be posting whatever it is. As you guys see, I've been posting videos, but those are already pre-recorded that I post, bringing up certain topics. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. If you're not, what up? You know, years ago, I used to be on this channel heavy when I was like online marketing opportunities and things of that nature, but now we have switched the game up, okay? I already have my other channel opposite of, you know, and then I did vlogs, stopped doing those because I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be stuck in content from all the way back in like October. I still would have been posting content. Y'all still would have been catching up with my life, trying to figure out where the hell I'm at. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be, you know, in the time of now. So here we are. I'm live with y'all. If you guys have anything to say, you can pop in and chime in to the topic for today. So today, I just wanted to really bring up something that has been on my mind for a while. It's been on my mind for a long time. And as I'm participating in the dancery of social media and meeting new people in this new chapter of my life, people that actually are into, you know, spirituality. Anyone can chime in on this video if you're a person that's definitely working on yourself, working to become a better person, just trying to change your lifestyle, get out of old habits, heal old wounds, you know, really build a foundation and go forward, upward, and onward in life. This video, you know, you will resonate with, but I really wanted to also pinpoint about when you're meeting people this day and age, especially low-key chime in on that, because as I'm meeting all these grand people, beautiful souls, you know, don't get it twisted though. A lot of people think when they tap in, especially as far as figuring out who you are, is what I like to call it. Really trying to master your own energy, really figure out life, what works for you as far as mastering your own energy. It's like gravitating towards that realm of, you know, I feel like everybody should be tapping in, spiritually speaking, with themselves anyways, no matter what you're into. I mean, there's so many things we can go into. There's, you know, not everyone. There's people that are into like voodoo. There's people that are into shamanism. There's people that are, you know, Catholic, Christian, whatever. There's Wicca. What else is there? Santeria. There's like, I can literally go like on a whole list of things. And then there's this new age spirituality that's popping off. What else? There's just so much. And at this day and age, I just want to bring clarity to the stage, okay? Because I honestly feel like you should not you should, but everyone should be their own individual, right? And like I said earlier, as I'm embarking on this journey, I'm just recognizing that there's so many groups out here that's just like turning into low-key cults, you know, that I'm not trying to be a part of. You know, there's like this, it's like you got to conform to being this person, place, or thing, and it's like everyone thinks the same in this group of when you're trying to connect with people, spiritually speaking is what I should say. Everybody has their own set of beliefs. Everybody has their own way of doing things. You know, everybody has their own practices. Everybody has all of these per se guidelines, and this is right, this is wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, how does anybody know what's true and what's false anyways? You know what I'm saying? Besides what you think your morals, values, and beliefs should be your own, right? You should come here and be an individual. And I feel like when you come here and you want to rock in your own path, in your own boat, you know, and do your own thing, we still get shunned. Like, I'm like, damn, this is crazy. I'm thinking everybody's going to be free thinkers and, you know, everyone is so open-minded to new ways of living or, you know, just going forward. And in reality, it's not really playing out like that for the most part. You know, and it's scary to think that, to see people like, you know, it's like being a member of something. Like, I am not trying to be no member of no goddamn group. Like, I'm literally just focused on my own goddamn thing and doing what makes me happy and being my own creator in life, paving my own way, paving my own path, and still doing what I want to do. And I feel like that's what makes it harder. Like, for example, I had a conversation with a friend. This is why I'm bringing this up. She's really like into numerology, you know, but she's not so deep into, you know, the esoteric information. Like, she feels like an outsider trying to walk in. It's kind of like trying to get in the club but you ain't got no ID. Like, you know, that's how she feels. And so I don't want people to feel like that. Like, people just think it's sage crystals, bracelets, and, you know, wrapping your hair, and everybody has to look a certain way, and it's not that. Like, everybody has their own reason for doing why they do what they do, period. And if people don't want to take the time to figure out, especially me, if you don't want to ask me questions to figure out, you don't find the answers if you ask. I'm very open book like that. But me viewing this world, you know, meeting all these people, it's just a lot. It's so much like, it's like people are trying to make you conform to something, or someone knows something more than you do. And so I feel like it hinders other people from really getting on that journey, getting on that bus, and really trying to figure out who they are when they're just trying to be a better person. They're just trying to love themselves. They're just trying to build confidence, like simple shit. Like, they're just trying to stay on track. They're not trying to like go backwards. People are trying to stop old patterns and behaviors. It's like they're just trying to like just get, you know, on the righteous road of doing things. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like there's this big, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like people are just making it difficult just for, you know, for them to express themselves. Like, I don't know if it's like intimidating. You know, I get approached all the time, like, can you tell me my future? You know, like dumb shit, like, you know, they're like, is someone standing next to me? Or can you tell me about my dead father? Or can you tell me when my dog's gonna die? Like, can you tell me, is Jason cheating on me? Like, I'm just like, oh my God, like, Lord Jesus. And I get it. You know, what you don't know, you don't know. And sometimes I just laugh at it. I mean, what else can you do? When you don't know, you don't know. So this is why educating yourself, you know, you putting yourself in books and reading and learning up on whatever it is that you're interested in knowing, you know, versus just going on a quick 1-minute TikTok video and learning how to do something or learning what something is. Like, dive deep into the rabbit holes of whatever it is that you want to know about before you judge a book by its cover. Period. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what somebody's going through. You never know whatever their beliefs are. You don't even know their perspective on life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, make sure you know these things for yourself. Start there. And then go outside and figure these things out, because judgment, rejection, all of that is at an all-time high, and it's a little scary, to say the least, because I feel like people, it's like people can't be who they are in this world, and it's really sad. A lot of us should, it's like it's so conditional too. It's like, let me see what you can do for me before I even participate in whatever it is that you have going on, versus like starting from the bottom of like, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? Like, what you got going on? How you doing today? Like, how you feeling? How's your mental? You know what I mean? What you got going on? What you working on? You know, what's your jam? You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody cares anymore. It's like, where is the love? Where's the unconditional love, I should say? So as we're walking in this world, really trying to figure out, and I feel like a lot of people right now are going through so many things that they don't even have the space to even talk about. Whether this is to other people, people are scared to go to therapy, they can't even tell their family members. They maybe even have kids and have to deal with personal things in their life. They probably even have a lover attached to that and have to deal with what they got going on, and they can't even find themselves. And also maybe working for the man. You know what I mean? It's like all these little hats people have to play, all these roles in their life that they have to play, and they don't even have a safe space to go to figure things out, you know? And it sucks, like, viewing all of this. Like, I'm just really like, man, I just be shaking my head. Like, I don't even say nothing. Like, I'm not gonna participate in arguing with anyone. It's just like, I would rather have like nice adult conversations to where I can just say my piece, they say their piece, we can agree to disagree and move on. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people just, it's so like, no, this is right and this is what it is. You're wrong or you're crazy. Like, you know what I mean? And pointing the finger and projecting. And it's just, it makes it harder for people even to want to come together. And I'm kind of starting to see that now, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not one way to do something. There's multiple ways on how to do something or get something done. And it's just really sad. And I really wanted to like talk about this because I'm not in this I know I can't save the goddamn world, but I know I can help somebody out there as far as their mental. If I can just help one person, you know, I'm great. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm bringing this out here to the forefront, because, you know, it's like all these spiritual communities are so heavily rooted with their indoctrinations, and then once you kind of meet someone low-key on that same accord, it's like they want to, it's like here's the manual in order to like be in our friend group, or I don't know, it's weird. I can't even put it into words, y'all. It's so discouraging, you know what I'm saying, when you're on this path. So if you have people around you that know you, like you, love you, trust you, and support you, make sure you hold on to them to dear life if you guys can just come together and figure shit out together. Because I kid you not, there's so many fakes and phonies and people just out here just they want to get likes, they want to get money just by faking the funk and wearing a goddamn mask every day. And it's just like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't even have safe spaces. Like, some people present themselves in this certain way, and then let's say you have a personal side conversation outside of whatever it is that was online. You go on the side and have a personal conversation, and they're just totally not whatever it is that they were presenting. They're like the total opposite. So you also have to be careful with that, and you have to utilize your discernment when you're getting to know these people, you know, any person in life, right? It's just like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have people that are around you that are true, that are loyal, everything money can't buy, that are just honest, that are authentic, and that just keep it a whole buck with you, like, keep those people around. And y'all figure it out together. Like, I like when I can talk to someone for like 3 hours and really trying to figure out, hey, you seen this in the sky? Or you seen this happen? Or you see this playing out? Oh yeah, you know what they try to do to us. You know what I mean? Like, have common ground and understanding and overstanding and figuring it out together, even if we can't. Just getting our minds off of anything that's 3D that's playing out and seeing the deeper meaning behind it. You know what I'm saying? And having those like you know, those 5D, 60, 70, 80, 90, 12D conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing that, but doing it together and not judging one another, not criticizing one another, not pointing fingers, not projecting, really just trying to sit there and figure it out. As long as it's positive, as long as it's, you know, it's thought-provoking, you know, motivating, supporting one another, like that's what we need. I feel like there's so much social pressure that's being put out there in the world, and normally as a human being, you know, we seek, well, a lot of people, I should say, most people, because we live in a digital world with all these goddamn social media apps, which don't even help, you know. It's like we seek social acceptance, and approval outside of ourselves for so many years, right? That's how they kind of wanted us to be. So here's a conversation where you can kind of be outside of that and really look at life right now. Like, they want you to be discouraged if you get no likes or no views. Like, that's what life is all about now? That's not what life is all about. You know what I'm saying? And like, so people can, you know, go into depression, you know, because they're not getting attention on apps, or they're not getting attention for their gifts, talents, and skills, or whatever it is that they have. Or if they do show it, it's the wrong attention. It's like people bashing them in the comments, or discouraging them, or saying they suck. But then some people like thrive off of that. They're like, well, attention is attention, so I'm gonna get it where I fit in. Like, you know what I mean? And then just kind of like go based off of that. I'm just like, what? Like, I don't know. It's just, it's a lot, to try and maintain a sense of belonging, because with some that can't handle, you know, the commentary and the bashing and the no, you're wrong kind of an energy, people, this leads them to depression. This is where they want to give up on life. They want to transition. They want to just get the hell out of here, get the hell out of Dodge. And that's like, that's not a solution. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just going to come back and repeat the same thing all over again. You know what I mean? It's like, people make it so hard to, how do I say it? People make it so hard for you to be accepted as an individual. I'm sorry, I don't want to rock and copy everything y'all do over there. You know, I want to do things my way. I want to express my individuality. I want to post whatever I want to post. I want to say whatever I want to say. I want to dress how I want to dress. I want to do whatever I want to do without anyone judging me for it. You know, especially if you ain't trying to figure it out or ask questions or figure out the background story or the meaning and reasoning behind why I'm doing what I'm doing. Like, why are you judging then? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's happening a lot. And so everyone has this fear, well, not everyone, a lot of people have a fear of just simply being ostracized by the digital world, you know. That's why I just like living in the real world. You know what I mean? Like, I indulge in the simple things of like going to go wash my car. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally me physically washing it, going to a little old school mom and pop shop. I enjoy having those mini conversations when I go to the grocery store, or I'm doing an outing, you know, going out to eat, conversing with the people around me, spending time with family, you know, engaging in my own solitude, like, you know, having my own little bubble of time and being alone and loving it, you know, spending time even with my animals, like looking outside at nature, like really observing everything around me. There's beauty within everything. Life isn't just about these goddamn social media apps. And it sucks to see what's popular too, like all these algorithms and, you know, what they make popular. It's just like mind-blowing to me. And if you can't see the storyline that's playing out, which is not helping you to become an individual either, which is like, what are they doing? They're they're broadcasting like everything negative, you know, a lot of fear mongering going on. So people want to hide in the house, or they don't want to participate or speak up or say anything. And then you have all these people with fake accounts and, you know, commenting under fake accounts, you know, saying their opinion, and they can't even show their face or come to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, would you come up to me in the street and say that to my face? Like, this is how we should be living on social media. You know what I mean? But nah, you got the little Twitter fingers, you know what I'm saying? Like, people just saying whatever at the side of their neck just to gain popularity or just to make a dollar. It's crazy. And then you have, it's like within the spiritual community, it's like a hierarchy. It's like, I don't know, I feel like there's just all these structures, and you have these certain people that see themselves as authority figures online, and they're like the gurus, I should say, trying to tell you how to live and what to do. But then you go to the next person and they tell you something else. You go to somebody else, they say something totally different. It's just like, huh? It's kind of like, you know, the Matrix, that movie, Red Pill, Blue Pill. It's like all this like, I don't know. Like, for me, I just feel like it's a lot of bullshit going on. It's a lot of attention seeking. It's a lot of people that, you know, don't have a mind of their motherfucking own. What's up, TJ? That don't have a mind of their motherfucking own. Like, if you can't sit there and answer a question without having to go search it on Google, like, something ain't right. You know, you got to be able to use your own mind. Like, be yourself, be an individual. Like, everyone wants to copy everybody else, or like, you don't want to find out what your own spark is. Like, you don't want to find out why you're here. Like, you don't want to find out what your talents and gifts are. You know what I mean? You don't want to, like, go explore life and have experiences. And, you know, like, for me, I kind of low-key like to put myself in the fire. I already probably done peep game on a certain people, places, and things, but there's reasons behind why I'm going out doing what I'm doing or meeting these people, because I want to have the experience. You know, I want to add more seasoning to my chicken, so I know, okay, I'm going to hang here on somebody that could be a whole narcissist, but I want to see how they act. I want to know how to spot them for later on in life. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what it looks like to go around someone that's jealous and envious of me, and I don't even know them. I want to see how that, you know what I'm saying? Like, each little aspect of what I can be faced with, I put myself in the fire so that I know what it looks like. I know what I feel like. I know how my body reacts. You know what I'm saying? So that I know for next time what to look out for if it comes across me again. This is how we gain experiences. This is how I always say you add a little bit of seasoning to the chicken. Okay? A lot of people are afraid to experience real life. They rather would say on the goddamn phone, on social media. Wait, hold on, what'd you say? I just tell the humans, just live your life and live in your reality, understanding what's real and what's an illusion. Right, that's another thing. So, like, that's the reason why I say that, is because we have to be able, it's good to be in the know of everything that's going on. You know what I'm saying? That way you can utilize your discernment and know when someone is playing you for a fool. Someone's manipulating you. Someone is using you. You know what I'm saying? For whatever it is that you got. Whether it's, this could be just your knowledge, just to plug into your energy because you're always high energy and they're always down and depressed. Or this could be because of your money, material possessions, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you can see what's fake and what's phony. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like, it feels like a huge video game. It's weird. No matter what type of community or whatever you tap into, you know, there's always something there. It's kind of like whatever it is that you tap into, just always know, like, you know, when you go into a neighborhood, there's always a hood. There's always a hood. You know what I'm saying? There's always a hood in any nice neighborhood, any nice state you go. There's always a hood somewhere. Period. It's the same thing. Like, I don't want people to think if you are going towards trying to really find yourself and master self, you have to dress a certain way or look a certain way, act a certain way. You have to know a certain amount of information or be hip to this or that, or you know what I'm saying? Like there's no cookie cutter version of anything, and I feel like that's what's being put out there, all the fake and phony, like this is how you should be. It's kind of like how back in the day, you know, you used to have these, I know growing up I would see like magazines of the models. I'm like, okay, if I want to model, I have to be, you know, 6 feet and 100 pounds and only eat a goddamn like lollipop and a breadstick just to, in water, just to like survive to be a model. You know what I mean? Like if I want to be a rapper or singer, like I have to look like this or do like that, or no, like, you know what I'm saying? Like we got to get away from that. Like people think that they have to be this certain thing before they can achieve whatever it is that they want to achieve in life. And that's just false. And it's terrible that that's the rhetoric that's being put out. Like life just, it feels like a goddamn video game, and you're like, just think of yourself like the main character, like Grand Theft Auto. Like you're just changing your avatar, you know, go through all these different looks and go through these experiences in life. It's just like a whole shit show out there. Like it's just, it's more and more, it's just like, it's fake and it's phony, and it's hysterical sometimes too, and I just feel like it just hinders everyone from being an individual. It's like, okay, if I do this thing because they're doing it, I'm gonna be cool too. You know, it's like, you know, when everybody thought it was like, oh, you had money if you rocked Prada, Gucci, Louis, you know, all that shit, but they'd be the brokest motherfuckers on the block. Priorities all out of whack. You know what I'm saying? Like, just ass backwards, you know? And this fear of rejection is super playing out too. Like, a lot of people are just seeking attention in the wrong places. The humans can't think for themselves anymore. Exactly, and that's what they want us to do. Like, they don't want us to think for ourselves. Like, especially with these phones, it's like you hit one button and, you know, critical thinking like a problem. Yes, critical thinking's a problem. It's like if people start thinking for themselves, you get shunned. You get shunned for having your own opinion, your own morals, your own values, your own beliefs. And this is happening super in the spiritual community too. And even just to gain connections or relationships in life. It's like it's so hard to just build a goddamn friendship with somebody. It's like you're being looked at like in a certain way. Like, okay, what can this person do? Okay, what they got going on? Okay, how can I use them? Okay, so I'm gonna use them for this and I'm gonna use them for that. It's just like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? It's terrible. And I don't know. I feel like people need more support, you know, in life, and more love. Like, you know, if I don't agree with somebody, I just don't agree with them. That doesn't have to be an argument. I just move along. You know what I'm saying? I'ma still fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. If I don't, I don't. It's really that simple. You know, and I feel like even when people, you know, approach other people, it's like you have to be this certain way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how exactly people see me, like how they view me, but you know, it's like this, they feel intimidated, like they have to say, hey queen, hey goddess, hey, you know, like come to me with this spirituality shit, and then here it goes, you know, I have one conversation with them, or I break their walls down, and all of a sudden the truth comes out, and it's like, you know, I really just want to take you out to dinner and just see what's up. I ain't really into all that shit. Why didn't you say that in the beginning? Why did you have to put up a front just to get my attention? Like I already didn't see through the bullshit. Like I already done peeped where you was coming from. I peeped you before you even peeped your goddamn self. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like shit like that. It's like, Lord Jesus Christ. I mean, there's so many misunderstandings. There's so many stigmatisms. There's so many, you know, everyone is unique. Everyone has their own morals, values, beliefs. Everyone, you know, has an unconventional way of maybe doing something, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. That doesn't mean it's bad. I mean, everything is perspective, I should say. like what I may think is bad, you may not think is bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just perspective. Everything is perspective. And how do you know if something's truth and if something is a lie? You know, I think that's the battle everyone's having right now. And you just have to really go based off of your own reality, what you're doing, what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Because it's very discouraging in this day and age, especially with all this AI playing out. Like, Lord Jesus, I'm gonna need I seen this quote. It was like somebody's like, I'm gonna need a birth certificate or a DNA test to prove that you ain't no goddamn robot. Like, oh my God, that's the world that we kind of live in. You know. And it also it hinders people from really telling their true feelings, really sharing who they are. It's a dangerous world and game now. It is. It's so dangerous. It's like people don't want to say exactly how they feel. They don't want to say really what they think because maybe they don't want to get challenged. You know, maybe they feel like they're going to get shunned because they have their own way of thinking, their own way of feeling, and they think like, oh my God, what if I say this? Is it going to be wrong? Or, oh my God, what if I come out with this? Like, you know, is this the right way to do it? Like, I feel like in this world, there's no like one way to do something. There's multiple ways. It's kind of like walking in the aisle of the grocery store. You see that there's 50 million different ways on how to make bread and water and eyelashes and lipsticks and all kinds of shit. Like, there's multiple different companies and they do it all different. You know what I'm saying? And they're all in the store and we all buying it and consuming it. So what's to say that whatever your way of doing something is wrong? It could be the next best thing since sliced bread. But you got to put into action and try. And I feel like within all these spaces, with all these people in the world, it's just like, it sucks. When you are trying to be unique and you are trying to be an individual and you are trying to share and spread your light and love and, you know, even the good and the bad and the ugly and the dark side of yourself, you know, it's like some people are just left alone. Some people have no support. They don't have any love. They're not being nurtured. They're just being pushed in a corner to fend for themselves. And then this is where the vices come in. This is where escapism comes in. This is where people, like I said, get depressed. This is where they, you know, they fall short of themselves. And then they find themselves having to pick themselves back up and stand on 10 toes, put their crown back on, because nobody's really there for them. And it really sucks. It's a lot of ego. It's a lot of ego playing out. A lot of ego. A lot of false identities, you know, and when you're on, I feel like everybody should be on a path to spirituality. To me, simply, that just means really finding out who the fuck you are, for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Really diving deep into the pieces of you, figuring out who you are, because think about it. Our whole lives, we've been taught to think outside of ourselves and go towards other people. From school, teachers, you go to the teacher or to the principal or to the counselor or to your parents, or, you know, instead of going within. You know what I'm saying? And so we've been told our whole lives to do something by somebody else. Like, when are you going to stand up for yourself and stand for something? You know what I'm saying? So it's like everyone has this community setting that you have to like abide by. And it's just like, yeah, no, I ain't into all that. Sorry, I ain't into that. I don't do that. Sorry. That's not my jam. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's like, what? You know what I mean? It's just getting harder and harder for people to really express their uniqueness. It's getting harder and harder for people to do whatever it is that they want to do. Especially when it's like positive. You know what I'm saying? It's like we have to be this certain way and it shouldn't be like that, and it's really sad. The tolerance levels are very low for people. Attention spans are very low. it's just it's very discouraging, and I feel like, what can we do? You know what I mean? Like, I want to have solutions. You know, I'm more of a person that's solution based. You know, despite all these challenges, it's just really essential to remember, you know, you having your own true spiritual growth. Okay? Humans lack patience. Ooh, that's a good one. That's another thing. You right on the money with that. That's another thing. It's like, thanks for bringing that up, because you're right. Because it's like, everybody has their own timeline of when they discover shit, when they know shit. Like I said earlier, like, if you know, you know. You don't, you don't, right? And that's okay, because where I'm at, you might not be at, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? But we should be helping each other to get to this space that's, you know, a better version of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like a worse version. You know what I mean? Like, let's see how angry and mad and upset I can get this person. Like, what kind of fuckery is that? That's hella demonic, right? So, or it's like, ooh, you know, just because this is how they treated me, so this is how their life's playing out now. Like, you know, like, it's like, what? Like, why are you celebrating that? Hold on, what'd you say? The solutions would be get everyone on the same accord. However, a lot of folks' spiritual value is definitely low or just off, and they're not getting it right with themselves as they should be. Right. You know, I would say, if you're like trying to figure out, so this is how I did life, right? I experienced a lot of different things. It was written in the stars for me, coming in as a goddamn Pisces, to see the duality of this world. So you can imagine, like, if I should write a book. If I wrote a book, you guys would really think it was fiction. The experiences that I've experienced my whole 39 years of life, things that I went through, you would really think it was a goddamn movie. Like, you literally, I can't make it up. Like, you would think that was fake, and like, it was, man, I went through hell and high water with all these experiences, and I think purposely it was written in the stars for me to do that. That way I can be here, and I can be in the middle, or I could see both sides to everything. You know what I'm saying? And I can have this loving heart still, and want to be gallivanting out in the world and express myself and be creative, and, you know what I'm saying, and help people still. Like, I feel like whatever I went through really got, like, to where I'm at now, it shaped me into the woman that I am today, and I don't regret shit. You know what I mean? Even though it was like probably the most hardest thing in the world. I think after having my concussion, even like catapulted me even faster. But let's get back to the solution. So, like, I feel like if you're confused as far as what is spirituality, you know, there's some people out there that, you know, they believe what they want to believe, right? Whether you're Christian, Catholic, whatever. I feel like there's tools in life, okay? We all use tools. I remember I used to be into the Bible too. Like, I was in it so deep to where I would walk around with it, head wrapped and everything, like, talking with people about everything. Like, really, like, I was one of those people. I was in college doing this stuff. High school, like, I was really one of those people. And until one day I was reading it, and I was like, wait, it's like there's all these contradicting things. I would highlight it. So this is me thinking on the other level, like, why are people following this book? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was able to put myself outside of that and really think differently, like, have my own understanding of what the fuck I was reading. Like, who's to believe that this book's been rewritten 4,444 times? Like, what? And y'all all like, oh my God, have all these congregations and things, and just really think that this is the only way, and this is the only way to live. So that's why I say I'm just spiritual. Okay, I don't say I'm religious. So as far as spirituality goes, I feel like finding your own way, your own light, with bringing in positivity for yourself, learning from your mistakes, removing old patterns, behaviors, and beliefs, healing old wounds and traumas. You know, I feel like that's spirituality, like figuring out who the hell you are, self-discovery, loving yourself, accepting yourself for who you are. I mean, being authentic, really embracing every part of your journey. You know, there's no, I feel like with the spiritual community, I feel like they're putting a box on it and turning it into a religion or a cult when it really shouldn't even be that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what gets people really scared to participate. And if they do participate, it's fake and it's phony because they think they have to look a certain part or say certain words or, you know, come with like this manual of, okay, I'm gonna have this, this, and that, and the third. Okay, I'm spiritual now. Like, what? Like, huh? It's weird. It's so weird. I feel like just spirituality is just finding a deeper meaning to who you are and why you're here. Like I said, remember, our whole lives we've been taught to go outside of ourselves. We were told what to do. We were just being prepped to be a slave, if you really think about it. So now, you, as an adult, you should be a person that's trying to figure out and discover who the hell you are. You know what I'm saying? No matter how that looks for you. And everybody's journey is different. Everybody's healing journey is different. Everybody does things in a different way. What did you say? Hold on. I hate how they need to fix chat. All these folks ain't accepting of self, so they seek validation for self, and it gives the humans a high, and then they believe that there's someone they're not. Oh, that's another thing, right? That's what I'm saying. That's another thing too. No matter who you are in the world, that's how that digital world is set up. Get this person to believe, like, if you get millions or thousands of likes, views, comments, shares, like, then you're the it factor. Now you're a celebrity. Now you're an influencer. Remember, there was no influencers before. I remember this so clear, like it was yesterday. It was just only like actual stars. You know, they were the blue checkers. And then here goes the influencer world coming in years ago, right? And then you guys get all the sponsorships and deals and the trips and, you know, it's like everyone had to do that and be that just to be, everybody wanted to be an influencer. I never wanted to be like this influencer because I always told myself, like, I'll be a whole Kanye and like punch a goddamn photographer in their face because I like my privacy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always want to be wealthy behind the scenes, but here's life playing out where I'm the face of whatever it is I do and I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it for money. I'm not doing it to, you know, have this title of I'm a star and I'm an influencer. I'm going to red carpet. I don't want to be in the Holly weird bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell no. I'm sorry. Hell no. Like, my bank account still look real good. You know what I mean? Without the flashing lights and the red carpet. Like, I feel like that's what everyone was going towards, just for validation, to be validated, you know. And this is what all these apps are showing to us. So now people are just want to get the numbers. It's all about the numbers game. You came into this world as a goddamn social security number. That's your bank account right there, you know. And then now you want, like, you know, it's like everybody just wants a number. It's just like, I need that. Everybody's like, I need that number. I need that number. I need to get those numbers. And I know, yes, you know, money loves attention, but is it the right attention? Because there's so many things that I could be doing to where I could, trust me, I can do it big, real fast. But I'm not in it for the money, honey. It's just better to be yourself. Find out who you are as an individual. Hold on. Always stray away from the foolishness and don't be like everyone. I get everyone want to be somebody, but that somebody is someone else. Right. And everybody does want to be somebody else. And it's like, why don't you just want to be you? You know what I mean? Like, what happened to the days of people just wanting to be themselves? Understanding who they are. You know, finding the ways of how to navigate life when it gets difficult. Like, do you know how to go outside and cook yourself a meal or start a fire or to stay warm? Like, do you know basics of living skills? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just all this digital stuff. You know, like I know some people, they don't even know how to wash their clothes without a washing machine and a dryer. Like it's foreign to them to know you can wash your clothes by hand. You know what I'm saying? Like little shit like that. Like, huh? Some people don't even know how to cook for themselves. Like, I feel like the essentials of life are just gone. Like everything's a click of a button. You can get your food delivered, your eyebrows done, your cootie waxed. You can get shit. You can get everything like just by the click of a button can be delivered to your house without you having to think, without you having to do. You know, it sucks. So, anyways. If you're on this spiritual journey, if you're on this journey of self, you know, if you're trying to rise and be you, nobody wants to be themselves because they don't know who they are or afraid. Hold on. Or afraid of being different or some type of internal issues and insecurities. Right. And that's why I feel like you have to start you have to start healing yourself. Like you really, that's the journey of healing. Like, for example, I thought I healed a lot of traumas and all that stuff, right? So here I come back home. I had a night where it all hit at once. As soon as I moved here in the beginning, what was this, like March? I think around my birthday. They were like, Spirit was like, nope, you're gonna learn everything. You're gonna heal these things. You're gonna get through them now before you start this new journey. So like, all the stuff that I guess I hid, and I really didn't heal from, I just covered it up, it all came back. And so I had to deal with it. And I think that's what it is. Like nobody wants to look at the man in the mirror. Nobody wants to have accountability. Nobody wants to revisit things that may have hurt them, that put them in a low space because maybe they don't know how to dig themselves up out of it, or they just don't want to have accountability, you know. And so this is why I say it's important during this time. Like I said, people probably think I have like a cult and they have to be initiated and do certain things and know certain things and speak certain words. No, that's not it. If you want to be my friend, be my friend. Like get to know me. Ask me questions. Like don't come in just assuming, and I want you to be you. Come as you are. Be as you are so we can grow together. We can learn from one another. We can push each other upward, okay? Not down a goddamn jacked up spiral and everybody's trying to like question, oh, who is that? What's going on? You know, especially when it comes to, you know, spirituality as a whole too. You know, you may have gifts that come online. You might not know what they're called. You probably don't know that maybe you're clairsentient, clairgustant, clairaudient, whatever it is. You don't even probably know these things, but you know there's something else going on and playing out, and you don't want to be called weird by your homies or your homegirls or whatever, so you don't really say nothing to them because they're not a part of that. So then you go towards a spiritual community of people, someone like me, you know what I mean, thinking that you have to have this cookie cutter way of presenting yourself or something like that. It's weird. Like it's intimidating for people. I don't know why. But this is why I'm making this video, because I want you to know that when you're trying to get to meet like-minded people, like if you're on that road, like I was telling my friend, like because she's into like numerology and stuff, but she's not so deep in. I'm like, what you mean you're not deep in? Like, what are you talking about? Like, let's really go there, because do you even know what you're getting into or what you're trying to do with yourself? That's where you got to start first. I feel like people try and, because we've been so indoctrinated with how to go about things. So it's like unprogramming to reprogram. So in the midst of reprogramming, people look at something as level 10, like super difficult, like they can't touch it, they can't go there, it's something that they have to achieve or conquer. And that's why I'm saying, like, the only thing that you have to conquer is self, you know, is mastering who you are. Find out who you are first before you try and look outside of yourself and look, okay, here's this group of people, I want to be like them, I want to do everything like them. You know, like, figure who you are first. And then to see if they are even like-minded like you. Then you migrate over, you know what I'm saying, to a group of people or a community of people. Because you want to be able to express yourself. You don't want to, nobody wants to, well, I hope not. I don't want to have to put on a facade or a front just to be your friend. You know what I mean? Or to be able to express my opinion about something. Like, I want to come to you as how I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, how I am on live right now is a conversation I would be having with a friend right now. Like, this is like FaceTime for real. Like, this is who I am. You know what I'm saying? So, if you don't like it, then you can kick rocks and find another little space to be in. You know what I mean? Like, but we shouldn't shun people. You know, if you don't mix with a certain vibe or people or whatever have you, just go on. There's other people there, you know, and where you're liked. And I remember I went to a restaurant the other day, and like, who was I with? I think I was with my dad, and we seen like 6 people, right? Each person looked very unique. They were their own individual. They had their own, the way they dressed, looked, you know, they're all different colors, cultures, and they're all together, just chilling together, just kicking it. It was like, you would think, outside looking in, he was like, man, that's the oddest group I've ever seen. But I'm like, I bet you they have a whole lot of shit in common. But each of them, you know what's cool about that? They all don't look alike. They don't look like a group of jocks, or they don't look like all the same person. Like, they look like everyone has their own style of dress. They have their own unique look. They probably come with their own little talents and gifts and skills, but they're still able to come together. That's like the whole point I'm trying to make of this. And I feel like with what's being played out on a global standpoint as far as social media, and also all of these little groups of trying to be an individual, aka this is going towards spiritual community, it's like you have to conform to be this certain way. And I feel like that's where that's going too. Like, you have to be this or look like that or do this. You know what I mean? It sucks. So that's what I'm telling everybody, like, to come up with solutions is knowing yourself. Really reflect on your passions. What do you want to do? You know what I mean? What do you value? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? You know, start there. Start with you, finding out who you are, okay? What are your dreams? What are your aspirations? What are your goals? Okay? Figure out what are the things that really set your soul on fire. What makes you tick? What makes you want to get up out of bed? What makes you smile? What makes you laugh? Like, start simple. You know what I'm saying? Like, start there first. That way you can love on yourself and who you are, and you can really embrace your uniqueness. You know what I'm saying? You know, and not shy away from what makes you different. I feel like that was like high school. You know what I mean? That's high school. Like, if you get shunned down for just being you, that ain't the right group of people you need to be hanging around. That's just, it's simple, period. You know, embrace all your quirks. I've been called weird my whole goddamn life, but now guess what? All that weirdo shit, now it's like everyone wants to be around this weirdo. Like, I always knew you were this and that. Like, they see me as unique, different individual. Like, I'm myself, you know, like I have this unique personality and how I take care of people, how I do things, down to the way I laugh and whatever it is. Like, and now I'm white, you know what I mean? But before, me being like this in high school was shunned. So, look how the tables have turned, right? Like, you're so different. You know, like that's what you want to hear. You want to hear that you're different. You don't want to be like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So, like, find your own style. You know what I mean? Find your own style. It's the little things that make you a rare breed, a one of a kind, a one in a bajillion, like whatever you want to call it. That's you. And I want you to find your uniqueness within yourself. Because whatever it is that you got going on, whatever you're into, you can then bring that to the forefront when you're comfortable and you have the confidence. You could be a whole person that's like into anime. You know what I mean? And like, you can tell everybody about it, but yeah, you can tell them the back end of it and how, you know, it's actually like information about really what's true and what's playing out in the world. And they want you to believe that it's fake and it's really real. Yeah, however you want it to come. You know what I mean? However you want to bring it. I'm just giving an example. You got to follow your heart. You got to trust your gut. You got to trust your own intuition. You have to trust your own instincts. You have to learn your own survival skills, right? You have to learn your fight or flight mode. Learn who you are. Learn who you are before you're trying to conform to some group of people that you want to tap into and plug into. You know, I think that's the world is like in this whole comparison mode. Like, let's say, for example, you want to be, I don't know, you want to like be like this top crypto guy and have like jets and $1 million home and whatever and be able to travel everywhere. So what are you going to do? Fake the funk, probably act like, you know, whoever you're watching to be like them, do a couple of TikTok videos so you get millions of views, and then make money off that. But really on the back end, if you did sell a course, you probably wouldn't even know how to train somebody. It's just like all that fake it till you make it kind of energy. It's no. Show your journey from the mud up. You know, that way that's more authentic. You actually gain more of a following that way anyways, and then you end up organically living the lifestyle that you want to live because you showed them the dirt, the mud, you coming up out of that, and then they get to watch your journey with you, and then boom, bam, pow, bam. And then now you have other people that do it too. And you don't have to just show them, this is my life. I feel like everyone wants to just show the whole Instagram life. Like, let me just show the best parts of life. And that's why, one of the reasons why a lot of people back in the day used to hate me when I was doing my marketing stuff, because I would show the downside of it. I would show like, nah, y'all, this is all fake. What we did was we just rented a mansion. We rented some Lamborghinis. It's called attraction marketing. We just take nice pictures, post them on Facebook, and then that reels you in. Nope, I didn't want to do it like that. I said, I'm going to show people me crying. I'm going to show them when I'm cooking, when I have a face mask on. I'm going to motivate these people. I'm going to tell them, don't spend your last $800 that should have went on rent to go to a goddamn, you know, meeting just to meet some gurus online. Don't do that. Play it smart. Like, they were mad that I was doing that. I was being real because I did start out the other way, and I'm like, this don't sit right with my heart. That ain't right. Like, this lady crying to me while I'm on stage. Oh my God, your speech was so amazing. I just spent my last $600. I was supposed to go in my car, but I wanted to come here and see you. Like, what? I'm like, no, that's terrible. So that's when I switched it all up. I was like, I'm about to show y'all from the back end all the way until I'm on the stage and I'm in the planes and I'm doing, you know what I mean? Going different places and seeing new faces. Like, I want to show y'all. So I've been there. I did all of that. And like, that's a whole nother video, but you know, just follow your heart, do what feels right for you. You know, you can't live a life doing what others expect of you. You have to do for you. Because when you follow that trap and like, oh yeah, this person, they like me when I do this. Okay, this person likes me when I do that. Who are you playing? 10 different people? 10 different personalities? How the fuck can you keep up with that shit? That's retarded as hell. Like, figure out who you are, what you want to be, what you want to accomplish in life. And then whoever matches that frequency with you, or whoever, you know, rocks with you just by you being your authentic self, those are the motherfuckers that you want around. Because you can be you and you're not being judged and they're not telling you how to do this. You know what I'm saying? They're not telling you how to be. You can just come and show the fuck up and just be. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want. So you got to really find yourself, really express yourself, know yourself. You know, express your thoughts. Some people are so quiet on whatever it is that they think. Like, start your own goddamn YouTube channel or start just making videos on TikTok. You know, really just open your throat chakra. Closed mouth doesn't get fed. So start expressing your thoughts. Start expressing your emotions. You know what I'm saying? Now, take me very lightly when I say this because, you know, I don't want you to be all vulnerable and then, you know, you're in a space where you can get yourself back on 10 toes and put your crown back on and everyone's shunning you and beating you down and then you go into depression. No, I don't want that for you. You got to be strong. You got to be very strong to come online and be vulnerable. You got to know who the fuck you are before you come online and click live or record any kind of video these days. You know what I'm saying? They will eat you up online, period. So start with your own real life outside of this damn phone, whether this is through art, music, really express yourself. Let's say you want to be a clothing designer, whatever the fuck you want to do. Anything that you want to do in life, express yourself in that way. Live your real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, live the real life. Have experiences. Get into fights, brawls, arguments. That way you can build, you know, have more ingredients, have more seasoning to slap on your chicken. Like, you need all these collective ingredients in life, but you got to do this for yourself, though. Okay? Hiding behind this camera and creating fake accounts and acting like, you know, a certain person here and a certain person there, and then when I meet you in person, you're a whole different person. That ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't the way to go. You're just putting yourself more in a detriment. The more you lie to yourself, the more you hide from yourself, and the more that you run from yourself. So why don't you just be your goddamn self? That way you'll live a better life. You'll get fast. It'll go faster for you to get to your destination or whatever it is that you're trying to go after. Period. You also have to be open-minded, right? So like I said, everybody has an opinion. They're like assholes. Everybody has their own belief system, whatever it is. Just be open-minded. You don't have to conform to anything. Just do, you know, do what makes you feel good. Like I said, I shared my past with y'all. I was raised Catholic. I fucking went into, you know, a Christian church. Then I went to Community Baptist, and then I was into the Bible. Like, I switched everything. Then I was like, oh yeah, I'm atheist. Oh, I'm a Buddhist. Like, I tried everything, y'all. But I did it to gain experience because I was trying to find out who I was. But I wasn't afraid to try new things to figure out where I was most comfortable. Where did I feel like resonated with my soul? What made me feel so good? And this is where I'm at today. This is why I just say I'm spiritual. I know that there's something else out here besides us humans. There's something else playing. There's some other things that are going on that we can't see with the naked eye. Like, I know that for a fact. Okay, so it's like, that's why I just say I'm just gonna call it spiritual, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So, but you have to experience life in order to figure these things out. You can't be scared. You really have to be open-minded. You have to stay curious. I say always stay a student. I'm still a student. I'm 39 years old. I'm still learning today. Okay? I feel like knowledge is endless, just like healing is endless. So be open to just hearing different perspectives. You know, sometimes this is why I'm very observant of people when I meet new people. Like, I'll pop in rooms and I'll just sit there and I'll read, you know, I always like to call it like reading the room, checking the temperature before I even open my mouth, before I even say anything. I just observe first. And I think everybody should do that. Check the temperature. Because when you open yourself to new experiences and perspectives, this is how you can do process of elimination. You could be like, oh, this doesn't resonate with me. I don't believe in this, but I do believe in this. You know, and this is how you start to gain the core of who you are. You build the core of who you are. Okay? You also, in the mix of that, so you don't get manipulated and people can't sway you and get you to believe whatever it is that they got going on when you really don't believe it, you have to be able to set boundaries. Boundaries are a must. Okay? You have to be able to set boundaries. You have to be able to say no. And that's it. With no explanations. You have to be able to say no. It's so important. Trust me. I used to be a yes person just to make somebody else feel good, which is people-pleasing energy. But this is how I gained experiences and get to where I'm at now. If I wouldn't be here right now if I was a people pleaser, if I said yes to everything. Like, oh my God, Lord Jesus, help me. You have to protect yourself in the midst of your journey. Protect you, your vessel, you know, protect your time and your energy. You can't get none of those things back. You know what I'm saying? Like, the things that you can't buy, that should be the most valuable to you. Anything you can buy should be low on the motherfucking totem pole. This is really what matters at the end of the day, and that's why this video is important, because they're trying to get you to not use this, or to make it so you can't figure out who the fuck you are. We are very powerful. Very powerful. You are powerful as fuck, and you have to know that. You have to be able to just really, what's the word I'm looking for? You gotta stand your ground. You really do. You gotta be able to stand your fucking ground, because manipulation at an all-time high. It's so weird. Sorry, I'm hungry. Also, this is what I tell you. This is why I brought up the whole spiritual community, because I'm telling you, every place got a hood, right? Once you know who you are, surround yourself with those like-minded people. Now that you've experienced a little bit of life down the road, right? Like, let's say, for example, let me rewind it a little bit. I used to think I was a whole ass gangster, right? So you know what that entails, right? You probably, to your head, in your mind, you already had this whole setup about the word gangsta, right? What does that entail? What does that come with? You probably had all visuals. I don't even have to say it. But how did I get there? How was I able to be that character in that period of life? With whatever all that shit came with. You know what it came with. Fighting, drugs, all kinds of shit. All right? So, I had to experience life. I had to gain street smarts. So the same thing on your journey, as you keep going, you got to keep adding the armor, building the bricks, and figuring out who the fuck you are so you can eliminate. Process of elimination. Okay, that didn't work out for me. It didn't get me too far. So I knew I had to change, right? And then you go into another character, and another character. You've probably been through so many goddamn characters in your life to really find out who you are. So you don't have to be a character, like, as far as, I would say, it's like going towards that movie Avatar. Think of it like this. You go through life and you're playing all these different characters. Like in middle school, you're a character, high school, college, and as you grow, right? And then you just, as you get older, I feel like we get more towards the bare skin of who the hell we are. AKA the avatar. Like your true goddamn self. Like you start peeling, like we're like onions. You start peeling off all the goddamn layers and really find out who the fuck you are at the end of the day. Because like I said, they taught us to be this and that and do this and do that our whole lives throughout school and all kinds of stuff, right? And then here we are. So it's like you're really unpeeling the onion layer. All the characters are, all those costumes are gone, right? And now you're starting to be your true bare. And I think that's the issue. We can't even be an individual. Like we can't even be ourselves. We get shunned for all these things. So this is why, respectfully, you got to watch your own back. You got to really, ground yourself. Like I said, protect your energy. What are you spending your time on? What are you learning? What are you doing? Who are you rocking with? Like, it really matters at the end of the day. Your environment really matters too. And surrounding yourself with these types of people that are like-minded, that actually embrace this bare version of you, matters. Like, don't be scared to really tap in to who you are. I think people think spirituality and all, you like, oh, I gotta be, what you do? I do Wicca. What you do? I do hoodoo. What you do? It's like, no, it's like you don't have to conform yourself to be doing these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, just find out who the fuck you are at the end of the day. Because that's even starting turning into a cult to where people are like shunning people for not believing in the same things as them or doing the same things as them. It's just fucking stupid. And that shit pisses me off. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be who you are and do the things exactly like you. I'm going to be me. I'm me. At the end of the day, last time I motherfucking checked. I ain't trying to be like you, Tom, Dick, or motherfucking Harry. So be you. Okay? You know, last time I checked, positive attracts positive. As long as you're trying to go upward and onward and beyond and move forward in life, kudos to you. Celebrate that shit. And you're not going backwards. You're not going back to your old patterns of belief, things that hindered you from being yourself. Like, you're just trying to strive for the best. Kudos to you. That's the whole goal in it all. And if we could find like-minded people on the same road, that's even greater. You know what I'm saying? Y'all on the same journey, the same path, going upward and onward and coming together, then we can add more people in the community in the bus. You know what I'm saying? And build strong bonds that are fucking authentic, and it's not people that just want something from you or to take from you because you have this special ability or whatever have you. You know what I mean? Or whatever it is that you can do, or money. This is where we find our actual soul tribe. This is how you find your actual soul tribe. Just by actually being you. And not trying to just be a people pleaser or just to do something just to be liked. Last time I checked, you know, we have to really challenge one another, right? So there you have that. Not everyone's going to have the same opinion as you or the same beliefs as you, and that's okay. You can still come together. You can still have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I moved here, there's a lot of Samoans, there's a lot of Eritreans, there's a lot of Hispanics, you know, Asians, Indians, whatever, you name it. But we can all still kick it together. So it's possible, y'all. It's just possible. You just have to be authentic. You can't sit there comparing yourself. Okay? Don't compare yourself. Please. Can we get out of that? Can we get out of that? Don't compare yourself. What else? I'm sorry, I'm hungry. And you have to avoid beating your own self up. And I could say this shit because I'm probably not the only one, but I've had some times where I just wanted to transition and commit suicide because I was comparing myself. Like, oh, I'm never going to get here or do that. What's the point of being here? My life sucks. Like, oh, that's the easy way out. That's a cop-out. I've been there. Twice. Okay? Real deep. And I don't want that for you. There's somebody that may need to hear your voice, that may need to gain some knowledge from you, that may need to have an experience from you. Just find what that is. And all of these tools, this is why I'm into astrology. This is why I like to do oracle readings, but they're all tools. This is why I like the human design chart. This is why I like, you know, gene key. These are all tools, though. There's tools, dude. They're tools. Like I said earlier, I used the Bible as a tool in my younger years. Right? I had so many different tools. Music is a tool. You know, you being the musician. Or you being a writer, doing poetry. Or whatever it is you do. They're tools. Like, remember back in the day, you probably used to be like, oh yeah, I was a soccer player, a cheerleader, a football player, a track runner. You know, those are all the characters to mold you and to figure out who the hell you are now. You had to experience all of those things. Those are just tools to see, are you still into it or not? You know, some people play football. That's the only thing they did play. And then they actually did go into the NFL. You know, for some, it just didn't work out. And you're trying all these different things. That's why I feel like college, I was all over the place in college. I have a master's degree. I have a bachelor's degree. I have an AA. I ain't doing none of that shit that I went to school for. It was like a whole setup for me, but there were tools. And also, I wasn't following what I wanted to do. It was what my parents wanted me to do. I didn't know who the fuck I was. I was trying to figure out who the fuck I was. And also by pleasing them. Just to get a goddamn piece of paper that doesn't even matter right now. So it's like, we all have to go through these things in life. We've all been through those certain kind of circumstances in life. But now it's like, now that you're on the road to figuring out who you are, you got to learn from all those setbacks. Learn from those experiences. Take any losses. Don't even call them losses. Call them lessons. That way you can spot whatever is playing out later on. You know if you want to participate or not. You know what I'm saying? This is why it's really important. So don't compare yourself. Avoid comparing yourself. Stay authentic. Stay real. Gotti, what are you doing? Stay authentic, stay real, stay true. Because that's the only way you're gonna find real people. How does it feel if you coming in and you like, let's say for example, I'm a character, I'm trying to get in a popular crew. So I'm coming in all bossed up. You know, I got the Louis, I got the Gucci. I'm driving the Lambo, you know. I'm renting Airbnbs to look cool, do content. Just to meet those same people, just to have that lifestyle. But at the end of the day, it's all fake. Like you're faking the fun. You're only gonna make yourself more depressed. So why not show, oh, I ain't got the Louis, I ain't got the Gucci, I'm riding a Honda, but it's the best thing since sliced bread. Like the more you appreciate and walk in gratitude for where you're at now, and then the more authentic you are, the more people that you're gonna gain on whatever journey you're on at that time. I feel like we do meet people in certain seasons of our lives. You can have people that actually teach you something. That's why it's important to stay authentic and I mean open-minded, because along your path, you see how a lot of us probably don't have the same friends. We've been probably don't even talk to certain family members anymore because they were just there for those seasons. Now, if you caught the seeds they were dropping during those seasons, they could have helped your ass to get to you where you're at today. You know what I'm saying? They're just all stepping stones. Not every. That's why it's important to also not get attached. I know it's so hard. Trust me, I know. It's important not to get attached because one day you can detach from these people and they can end up strangers. People that you're so close to, even family members. You used to probably be butt buddies with them and now you don't even know if they're alive or not. It happens. As long as you ain't no bad turmoil or whatever, then, you know, you just take it as, you chuck it up to the game and be like, you know what? That was it for that. Well, gotta keep going. That shouldn't stop your life. But you should take the lessons or the knowledge or whatever you learned from that connection and then go forward. Use it as a little bit of gas during that season. You know what I'm saying? However that played out for you. You have to be fearless. If you think of life as just a video game and you're the main character in your fucking movie, you're gonna fuck shit up, right? But you gotta get right back on track to have the sequels play out of your movie. And you can't have fear when you're moving in your video game. Why would you have fear? Do you play video games? Are you timid? No, you like to play video games that probably shoot people. You drive in all the nicest cars. You have all the money and the coins to get whatever for your avatar and go here, do there, whatever the hell video. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta really live a life like that. So you can't have no fear. You gotta take risks. This is how you gain experiences. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. You got to get out of your comfort zone. And you have to be able to face challenges head on. I'm just trying to help you guys if you're in a space where you feel like you feel alone or you feel like you ain't got nobody or you're like no one's there or you can't relate with anybody or resonate or click or you don't have a group or don't worry about that. Just worry about you living real life outside of this phone first, getting your life together, building your bricks, building your foundation, you bringing in stability for yourself and security for yourself and knowing who you are. That's a spiritual journey to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And however, whatever it takes for you to get there. You have your own journey. So you can't compare yours. You can't compare, what do they say, your chapter 2 to someone else's chapter 22. You know what I'm saying? And that's facts. Alright, period. You're where you're at. And you probably the only person that understands, the vision God gave for you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're probably the only one. You have to also be compassionate with yourself. You have to, You're gonna fuck up in your eyes. You're gonna feel like you know when you do something wrong, or let's say it's kind of like, let's say for example you're a person that used to be on drugs, you're not on drugs anymore, you want to be a better person, then you might have a relapse. Some people do, some people don't. You know what I'm saying? So think of it like that. In life, you're gonna have some relapsing kind of a moment. It's okay as long as your intention is to do better next time and to not do whatever behavior pattern or whatever that was bad for you, not to do it again. As long as that's your intention, to do better, it's okay. Like, we're not perfect. We're not fucking robots. We're not AI over here, people, if you're watching my video. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a real ass motherfucker, shit's gonna happen. As long as your intentions are good. You know what I'm saying? And you're not here to harm anybody else. Inspire your goddamn self. Build your own goddamn self-esteem up. Build your own confidence. Have courage in life. You know what I'm saying? Gain some knowledge and turn it into wisdom. Maybe you could end up teaching somebody a few things on how you got it out the mud, or how you conquered this or that. This work, it may not work for somebody else, but as long as you have your story to tell on how you got out of it, you actually might help somebody else. You might encourage somebody to get out the mud, just like this video. I hope I encourage at least one person to really figure out who the fuck they are at this day and age. It's never too goddamn late. Don't let everybody tell you it's too late. It's never too late to figure out who you are. You know what I'm saying? Master yourself. Take time for you. Get off the phone and just break away, disconnect for a second. Sometimes we have to do that because we've been trying to plug in. A lot of people have fear of FOMO, fear of missing out. They got to be in the know, or they got to have some attention, or it's like the pick me kind of an energy. Like, just figure out who you are. Nobody's perfect, but you are probably perfect for somebody else. Period. And I say this to say, I'm gonna probably end this, but it's all about in life. It's all about being the best version of you. Okay? It's all about being the best version of yourself. And that's what I'm here to do. I feel like my whole 39 years of life, man, I went through a lot. I'm trying not to cry, but I'm proud of myself. I still have a vision of where I want to be. I'm still not there yet, but I'm still happy with this present moment today and right now in this moment. Like, if I was to die in an hour or tomorrow, I would say, you know what? I did a damn good job. I did the best job I fucking could with my circumstances, Just knowing that you want to put your best foot forward every day and see, like, what are you capable of? Like, I just want to like exhaust all possibilities to see how far I can go and whatever it is I'm tapping into at the moment. You know what I mean? I want to do what's true to me. I want to do what's true to my soul. I want to do what's true to my spirit. I want to do what the fuck I want to do, how I want to do it, when I want to do it, and that be okay, with me. Because you should only validate yourself. As long as you're okay with it and you can sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? Just, you gotta shine bright. You got this. You can do it. It's not the end of the world. God, that's a loaded statement, but I'm not gonna go deep into that. Just heal your emotional wounds. Worry about changing you, no one else. Worry about saving yourself. Get out of old patterns, behaviors, beliefs, programming, program your brain into what works for you. you know, just transform. Butterflies. Watch a video on how a butterfly is created, how butterflies come to the world. Imagine you're a butterfly. Let's say you only have 30 days. Don't they have like 30 days to live when they live? I don't know. Look it up. They went from what? Into the cocoon. A moth to a cocoon or whatever. Caterpillar. Caterpillar, cocoon, then butterfly. Some shit like that. I mean, really look it up. Just simply let go and surrender. I know that's really hard because a lot of people have. You probably already set yourself in the stature of a person that you may have you're supposed to be or some shit like that. It's let it go, let it go. Hang up that costume, get naked, and really figure out who you are. And I bet you 9 times out of 10, when you actually come raw and true, you're gonna be so shocked that people actually want to be around you and want to be with you and or be like you or think you're funny or talented or gifted or skilled or very intelligent. You know, it's just you got to open your mouth and you got to just take action. And you know, once you limit what doesn't serve you, once you remove all the facades, once you protect yourself and limit people, places, and things that hinder you from figuring out who you are, then you can really discover the true you. So fuck the rest. Pull up on me. I'll see y'all later. I'm about to go on my other channel. Peace. Love y'all.